One of my work colleagues had some leftover onion sets and also some garlic cloves that they didn't end up planting. So they've given them to me. I'm starting these off in a tray. So we've got the Dobby's electric onions, the red onion sets, and also we have some lovely garlic cloves which are the variety Marco. So I'm starting these off in a tray, and obviously we'll be planting them out later in the season. So fingers crossed they'll all turn out good. I was really pleased to see this Dahlia make an appearance. I thought I'd lost this one. This variety is called Pooh. It's a lovely yellow and red single flower, being backlit by the sun here at the moment, but it looks really lovely. Picked up this lovely Rudbeckia at the garden centre. I thought I'd plant it here because it contrasts really well with this lovely purple beech tree that we've got, and I think they're going to look great together. So this is one of the pallets that I brought home from work. We get quite a few pallets at work, so I decided to bring this one home. This is actually half of a pallet. I've still got the other half to bring home, but they're ideal because you can actually break these up and use the wood for all sorts of different projects. But we're going to be making some free mini garden beds using this, so I will show you how to do that shortly. Pallets are quite easy actually to get apart. There are a few good videos on how to disassemble pallets, and that can be done quite easily just using a few blocks of wood and a hammer. So yeah, go and check that out if you need to know how to get them apart. I've already separated quite a few sections off here, as you can see. These are going to be ideal for the beds, and let's get together and get these together and start making up our first free mini bed. So these are the two sides for the bed I've just made, which I've measured at 60 by 50 centimetres. So these are the two sides. I'm just going to make the ends now to go on this bed, and then we will place it in the garden. So this is the free bed that I've made out of some old pallet wood. Just a tiny little raised bed I've put here in the corner of the garden in one of our flower beds, and I think this should just be ideal to grow, you know, probably a few beetroot or some chard or spinach, something like that in, but completely free. Made that out of some old pallet wood. There's always loads of pallets knocking around. I think everyone's probably got access to the odd pallet or two, but I thought I'd just put the wood to good use. As you know, we've got a couple of fairly big trees at the end of the garden, so there's plenty of leaves as well starting to come down now. So what I've started to do is gather up those leaves and chop them, and I just put them in a bucket, chop them with a pair of shears. This was actually a full bucket of leaves, but as you can see, once you start chopping it condenses right down. This is based on homegrown veggies chop and drop method of creating compost, and basically I've dropped those leaves into that little bed there, along with the dahlia stems and leaves and flowers that I cut down yesterday. So we've got a bit of green waste, a bit of brown waste. I've also got some free coffee grounds in there, so that should be, by the time we get round to spring, that should be a nice little fertile bed to grow some stuff in. This is where the dahlias were. As you can see, it's a bit sparse now. I'm leaving the tubers in for another sort of week or so, and then I shall lift them. Hopefully by that time they would have developed some eyes and it would be easier to divide them. They've been really successful this season, so I want to try and split these tubers up a bit, get a few more plants next year then, and obviously I'll be taking some cuttings as well. But it was raining quite heavily earlier. As you can see, it's really nice now. The sun's out, a bit of blue sky. So yeah, it's not all bad. Turning into a beautiful day. Hopefully you're not getting too much wind. I'm using my little homemade windsock or windbreak on my Apple microphone at the moment, on the Apple iPhone earbuds with the microphone, and yeah, hopefully that's working okay. But there we go. It's turning into a nice day, so let's go and get some more jobs done.